Welcome back, everybody, to the series Shit That I See That I Don't Really Want to See. Alright, now this is talking about a post-plant Mirage. Alright, now ground rules before we get into fucking post-plant spots or planning spots or any of that. Ground rules, alright, I got a couple. If you're doing a default A-take and you have these three smokes down, and let's say there's a guy in back triple, alright, if you sit here and wait for him to peek, or if you sit here and wait for him to peek, you're literally doing nothing, okay? Because these smokes are only down for 15 seconds. If you or bomb has not crossed the site by the time this jungle smoke goes up, or this fucking top stairs or CT smoke goes up, you're done, alright? Unless you have smokes for post plant that you're going to now use prematurely to get bomb down when it should have been down before, you're gonna have a hard time getting bomb down. Lots of times I see people get spooked by CT and they're like sitting here waiting for the guy to peek up on ticket or something. It's just not gonna happen, especially with smokes disappearing. Alright, so remember that you're on the timer and your job is to clear out sight as fast as possible, and the easiest way to do that is to molly back triple and to molly under balk. Alright, simple as that. So now another ground rule: saving smokes and having mollies for post plant. As T's, your main job is to, once bomb is down, your main job is to delay the defuse as long as possible. It's not to get map control unless it helps in a post plant spot. Alright, it's not to like push into CT and hold market for the rotate. Alright, you're not helping your team. Alright, you want to be with teammates, able to watch the same position, trade out a kill, get information, sitting all the way back here. Especially, you're most likely going to be alone in this position. If you get picked off, they now have entire CT control, and their retake just got 3,000 times easier. Alright, so you want to hold on to 2 smokes and 3 mollies. Alright, because you can easily take take A with 1, 2, 3 smokes, and then 1, 2 mollies. So that leaves you with 2 smokes and 3 mollies for post plant. Now, the places I would suggest smoking and mollying, alright, this is regardless of post-plant position, plant position. So you want to smoke CT and you want to smoke jungle, alright? It's hard to throw a proper no-gap jungle smoke from sight. Like that's like there's a huge gap there, and you don't want to be focusing on a lineup while you're on site. So I would strongly suggest having 1 in Palace, depending on the plant position. But it just gives the CTs another nuisance to deal with. So the way that you're going to throw a nice jungle smoke is aim a little bit above this ladder and run through it. It's going to bounce off the edge of this ladder. It's going to land jungle, and there's kind of a gap there. I didn't throw it as far as I possibly could have, or as hard as I could have. That's a flashbang. Here we go. Once again, that should be it right there. Alright. So this is not going to have a gap. As you can see, it smokes off that side. So these 2 smokes are very powerful because it just holds them from pushing in for the extra like 10 seconds or 15 seconds, depending on when they decide to push in through this fading smoke. Alright, it holds them for another 10 seconds, which is 10 seconds off the bomb. Alright, now you can molly behind that smoke. So let's say there's a smoke down. Alright, you can molly behind that. You can molly this left side so they're forced out, and now they have to move back further. So when they're doing a retake, that's like 5 seconds worth of ground that they gotta pick up, or 3 seconds, alright? You can molly deeper into jungle, okay? Keep them back there. Keep them not holding the smoke in case the smoke didn't go down properly and there's a gap. Now they can't watch that. You can molly bottom stairs. That didn't go far. You can molly, there we go. That will fall bottom stairs and into connector a little bit, so they're forced to push up to stairs. You probably won't have a smoke down top stairs at that point, and they're forced to peek, and then you can get that easy kill. So just think about using your nades. We're not even going to discuss flashbangs, which can like completely stop pushes or anything, because like if a CT gets full blind and like he knows there's T's on site, he's going to probably stay back, play a little bit more passive. So that's like the ground rules. Now, there's 3 groupings of post-plant spots, planning spots that they kind of like interchange with each other. So, if you want to play CT post plant. All right, there's 3 spots you're gonna plant. Either here on triple, probably like in this corner, on either side of default. So here or here. Okay, and the reason why you would want to play CT for this is because you can easily see all of those spots. Now, you can also play ramp. If you play ramp, you're either going to plant here, 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 or even here. Okay, and the reason for this is because you can see all those spots from ramp. Now, if you want to play cat, you're going to want to plant here or here, and obviously because you can see all those spots from cat. Now, it's not that simple. It's not easy peasy done. All right, because you would only want like maximum 2 people in a post plant spot. I would never suggest having 2 people up on cat, because that means you just had 3 people take a site, which is unrealistic. You need at least 4. So I would never suggest having 2 people up on cat. It's unnecessary. But maybe like 2 people in ramp, it's kind of stupid still. I wouldn't suggest it, but worst comes to worst, it's not the worst position, for lack of a better word. Same with CT. Maybe you have one holding here, you have one holding cross. That would only be in like a 2 versus X situation. You would never want like 4 people alive and you're having 2 CT. Okay, so other post plant spots depending on the position. No, who would ever want to be in sandwich? It's such an easy position for the CTs to check unless you're playing in silver 3. If somebody walks over, well, like up on stairs, they're most likely, even if they don't see you, they're not going to peek wide enough for you to hit them. If you're holding this angle and you're on 4-3, you can't see anybody cross in sight. There's no flick down ability. You literally can't see. Like, even though I have left-hand view model, you can still see like that you can't see. All right. One person crossing the site here, they're easily going to see you. They have a better angle than you. They have more cover than you. They actually have cover. You have walls, which are nothing unless you're peeking here. Like, this is the only angle that's good from sandwich. Maybe like a ramp angle, but even then you're pretty exposed. So sandwich, horrible. Palace, not as horrible, but it depends on where you plant. Okay, if you plant right side default or right side triple and you decide to play Palace, or you have a teammate in Palace, he's useless. Because, or even like this box on triple, because if the guy's defusing here, okay, the bomb's down there, he's defusing here, Palace guy can't see him. Palace guy has to wide swing out, so he's running. If this is a fake, the guy's just holding the angle waiting for him to walk into his crosshair, and he's going to walk into his crosshair. So if it's planted right side default, your Palace guy can't help you. If it's planted right side triple, your Palace guy can't help you. So you just have to like use your brain for like 5 seconds before you pick a post plant spot. Of course, this is all dependent on like what kind of presence the CTs have, what things they're mollying off, or what they're smoking off, or if they're flashing in. But Palace, you can easily like rotate through to ramp to get a better angle. But so you just have to use a little bit of thought when figuring out where you're going to play post plant. And it's, if you're in like a team situation or team environment, okay, you want to discuss where you're going to plant, even if it's like, hey, I'm just going to plant default. All right, that's still a big help, because you don't want to have somebody playing ramp if it's planted default. Like, it's just useless. Also, if you plant and then you run to firebox, you're not helping your team at all. Yeah, you can kind of cover top stairs, but you want to know what top stairs is looking at immediately. Like, yeah, triple's most likely clear at that point. They're immediately looking at firebox. They're not looking left side or up on Palace. They're looking firebox. And you want to know why it's called firebox? Because you molly it. All right, you fire it. So playing there, it's the most common spot, at least in like lower levels. So all the upper level players that have had to grind through the lower levels have that burned into their memory, have clearing that angle engraved in their memory. So obviously this is the first thing that they're going to check if they're coming top stairs. Yeah, maybe you get like a headshot on a guy because the guy fucking sucks, but it's rare. I wouldn't suggest playing it. Under balk is nice. You can set up a crossfire with somebody back here. If like somebody else has CT control, like full CT control, you can set up a nice crossfire between the two guys here. But that's about it. It's just using your brain, because the amount of times I see somebody in Palace playing a post plant when the bomb's down there, or somebody ramp even playing a post plant when the bomb is down there, it's just too many times, and I'm kind of disgusted overall, boys. Like, it's crazy. So I hope this has at least like enlightened you to one thing or one smoke that you can throw, one anything. Just I hope that you've learned something from this. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you had a good day.